To oversee challenges ahead, Eddie Brock will need a symbiote with a new level of strength beyond his wildest dreams. Eddie, 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 Eddie. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel, Cynicalex. And I had to cut that reaction to the sneak peek a little short because after I investigated the sneak peek a little bit more, my excitement and hype turned to questions and confusion. So I want to bring you now all of the information that I have regarding this sneak peek because it both is and isn't what we were expecting to see, which is pretty interesting and pretty out of left field for Marvel Future Fight, which is simultaneously something we should expect them to do and not expect them to do. So let's go ahead and check this out. So on Twitter, they said, to overcome the challenges ahead, Eddie Brock, so the OG Venom, will need a symbiote with a new level of strength beyond his wildest dreams. Now this reads very simply as just your standard, this character is getting tier 3 sneak peek, right? New level of strength beyond his wildest dreams. It sounds just like tier 3 Venom. And we know that he's had dreams in the recent comic runs where he sees Null. So there's like a dream reference there. He dreams about Null, he dreams about these other symbiotes and this new power and stuff like that, and so on and so forth. Okay, cool. So let's actually see the sneak peek now and sort of figure things out a little bit more. So right away on the very first panel, the very first, frame, you can pause it and see the tier 3 sign because it's got some wording there that's been scratched out except for the letter T, and then there's the number 3, like, number of days without an accident or whatever, 3, okay? Number of days where I haven't written improve ABX rewards, 3. So yeah, we're getting tier 3, whoever this is. And then we're in some sort of warehouse. Okay, remember that we're in some sort of factory, some sort of warehouse. That will come into play and that will be important later, okay? So we see it through the POV of what seems to be Venom, because then he looks at this, it looks like a cosmic cube fragment, and then he grabs it with his symbiote. We'll watch it a few more times here. It's pretty brief. It's a nice sneak peek. I really like what the team is doing, exploring different ideas, exploring different POVs. They've done a fantastic job, as always, with this. And this sort of reminds you also of Morbius, where you're seeing it through the eyes of the scientist who then gets attacked by Morbius last month. So the sneak peek team is really doing a lot of work to make these sneak peeks feel... I've said sneak peeks so many times. Anyways, they're doing a really good job of making these different teasers feel connected in some sort of way, even if they're not actually connected in the comics. So what's the problem here? What's the confusing thing? Well, here's what it is. So this to me looks like a cosmic cube fragment. Okay, but then when we take a look at Venom inside the cosmic cube fragment, he doesn't quite look like Venom from the Donny Cates Null comic, right? He's got something on his chest. It looks like he's got some stuff here, and he's not supposed to have stuff here, right? He's just supposed to have the symbol. So it should be a white, and then there should be lines, and the rest should be black. But we see like there's little lines in between, and then there's cuts here. So there's more going on. It's not quite the Venom that we expected to see, in my opinion. So I started to wonder what was going on. So now we have to go and read what's on the official forums, because that tells us a completely different story. It's a lot of puzzles to unwind here. As we carried out our mission to investigate the ongoing symbiote invasion with Null, we fortunately have discovered the location of Venom, the most powerful symbiote on Earth. Oh yeah. Agents, be prepared to meet the hero ready to stand against Null's arrival. So Null is coming, and Venom is going to be a hero, not a villain. That's my speculation there, but I think based on the wording. The might of Venom, the most powerful symbiote. So Null will be a villain and a world boss, and this Venom uniform will make him a hero, and he will get his tier 3 advancement. Venom will also get his his potential unlocked, because right now Venom cannot go past level 60, okay? However, when you scroll down after the sneak peek video, there's some very interesting wording, and this is where my hype turned into confusion. Venom must embrace the power of the Dreamstones as he prepares for war with a capital W. We hope our agents can harness this power for good. These are all the details we have so far for October. Please look forward to the upcoming update. So, here's the thing. Here's the thing. When Marvel Future Fight says stuff like, we hope our agents can harness this power for good, and when they say something like Dreamstones, or cosmic cube fragments, or Odin's blessings, it sounds like a new type of resource, a new type of item that we need to collect and that we need to harness for the power of good. That makes me a little bit scared because the game right now is in a state where we're begging the developers for more rewards. And if they introduce a new reward type, chances are they're not going to give us enough of that. And if you need examples of that, look at CCF, look at Mandalay Gem Fragments, look at Awakening Stones, right? Yeah. So that does make me a little bit scared, a little bit worried, a little bit confused. But I don't want to jump to too many conclusions. It may not be a new resource called Dreamstones because, and people pointed this out on the stream, they did mention Terrigen Mist and they did mention Terrigen Crystals with the Black Bolt Inhumans vs. X-Men update. And the sneak peek for Medusa had Terrigen Crystals, and people panicked in the same way. And they said, holy cow, we're going to get Terrigen Crystals as a new material. Oh my god, this is so awful. We didn't get any new material. We didn't get any new resource. So there's a very good chance that this is just the wording. However, the wording lets us know what the uniform for Venom is going to look like. Venom did embrace the power of the Dreamstones in comics that came after the Null sort of set, and the ones that included Null in that Donny Cates run. So going back here, this is Venom issue 13. And this is right after, so Donny Cates wrote the first 12 issues in 2018, and that led Venom and the Null stuff into War of the Realms. Remember, they said Venom needs to be ready for war, and it was a capital W, okay? Yeah. So this is Venom issue 13. This is in the same run in 2018, so if you read the first 12 issues with Donny Cates, then it will lead into this. And so this is basically Venom, and he's on the run with a kid. I don't want to get into too much of it because I actually haven't read all of it, but anywho, there is a war going on at the same time involving Asgard and involving the realms sort of, like Malekith is jumping around different realms, trying to conquer all the realms, and it's the War of the Realms. That's why it's called War of the Realms. And so you've got things like, Daredevil getting a gigantic cosmic sword or whatever, Asgardian sword. You've got Captain America, I think, flying a Pegasus. I can't remember. And then you've also got a variation on Thor. I can't remember what he looks like exactly. But anywho, we talked about War of the Realms in previous videos. And so Venom comes and intersects with War of the Realms. And so here at this point, he gets attacked by Dark Elves. Okay, and Venom tries to defend, or Eddie Brock, Venom tries to defend himself against the Dark Elves. They fight back, and then they're going to kill him, and then he kills them, and then blah, blah, blah. He sort of wanders from one factory to another, okay? And then he meets this guy here, who's another Dark Elf, and the Dark Elf, he procures a Dreamstone. Not a rock, a stone, a Dreamstone. And he gives the Dreamstone to Eddie Brock, and he says they are going to sort of, unlock your dreams. They give life to your desires. They will basically grant you power, weapons, sort of that sort of catch-all thing. So he gives it to Eddie. Eddie accepts it, and Eddie turns into this. And this looks very similar to what we see in the sneak peek, right? This looks very similar to this guy right here. So my guess is we are not going to be getting the earlier Donny Cates Venom, who just looks very simplistic as Venom and has a sword and the wings. I mean, we could still get the wings. There's no reason. There's no reason, and there's nothing stopping them from mixing and matching and giving us this look with the wings as well on one of his skills. But my guess is we're getting this Venom because this is the Venom that comes out of the Dreamstone enhancement, and that's what they said on the official forums. They said Venom must embrace the power of the Dreamstones as he prepares for war. Now, this may also, the crazy thing is, the really cool thing is, this may also connect to the next update. So the next update in November, I know I'm getting ahead of myself now, but it could be War of the Realms. There's a lot of characters that could get upgrades from that. There's a lot of characters that we voted for, like Daredevil, that could get upgrades based on that. So that is definitely something to look out for. Now, the Dreamstone doesn't have any relation necessarily to Cosmic Cube fragments. They're different. Cosmic Cube fragments presumably come from the Cosmic Cube, which, we know what that is. And so, yeah, the Dreamstones, however, don't have much sort of reference in the comics. The Dreamstones are really, like you can see, the reference list is very, very short. This is how many appearances they have. There's an appearance basically in this same issue. Venom gets one, And then later on, when Venom leaves and attacks the Dark Elves, then they give one, the same guy, you know, he's like, man, Venom betrayed me. So he gives one to Jack-O-Lantern. And then Malekith has one as well. So they're not used very often. They're not a pivotal point of the story. It's not like a major plot point. You know, it's not like, oh man, Dreamstones. Like, it's not really that important. I think they're just using the Dreamstones in the sneak peek to let us know very clearly this is the version of Venom that you should expect to get, not the Donny Cates Venom that looks completely different than this. So that is what is going to be happening, at least to the best of my knowledge. And in my opinion, we're going to be getting a new uniform for Venom that looks like this, and we're going to be getting Venom Tier 3, which I'm very, very excited for. However, I was very confused about this, and I am still sort of confused about Dreamstones, whether they are a new currency, a new resource, or not. But yeah, we will find out more on the live stream tonight, which I will be live streaming on Twitch, so you can head over to twitch.tv/Cynicalex to see that. And sort of react with us live and get all that good information. I will post the live stream later on here on YouTube again for those of you that miss it. And then presumably not tomorrow, or not tomorrow. Oh yeah, tomorrow night. Tomorrow's Friday night, right? Tomorrow night I will be getting the APK. Sorry, for some reason I thought tomorrow night was Thursday night. But yeah, I should be getting the APK tomorrow night as well. So then Saturday morning I can start making APK videos for you guys. Now, last but not least, there's one more thing, because a lot of you guys are probably looking at the sneak peek and you're like, man, there's nothing for Carnage, eh? Nothing for Carnage. So I might be reading way too much into this. Actually, you know what? Let me just check are there any hashtags? No hashtags. Okay, I wanted to see if there are any hashtags in the YouTube video. But I may be reading way too much into this, but Danny Koo, not Donny Cates. Danny Koo posted this very cryptic message with the retweet, the quoted tweet of the Venom Tier 3. Now, when I looked at this, I was like, this looks really weird and interesting. And it could just be a pair of eyes with, you know, a random background, right? It could be like the ooh-woo face or whatever. But then I look at it more, and it looks like 3 something. And then the same thing mirrored, right? So maybe it's like at 3 or like Tier 3, which could mean that there are 2 Tier 3s. And then I kept looking at it, and the at symbol is sort of like a circle that goes in on itself. What looks like a circle that goes in on itself? I'll give you guys a second to guess what it could be while I am Googling this and pulling up an image that I can just drag in here. Here we go. Oh, I can't drag it in here because my Chrome is being weird. There you go. That kind of looks like an at symbol. It's not exactly the same, right? But it's very similar. So maybe he's hinting that we're getting Venom here and we're going to be getting Carnage later, right? Because Carnage is the one, Carnage is the one that has that there. And then, of course, at one point, Venom has that on his head as well when he goes into like Berserk symbiote mode. So yeah, could be nothing, could be something. That's just my personal speculation based on Danny Koo's tweet. I love his tweets. I love when he interacts with the fans. But yeah, we will have to wait and see. So there's a lot of information, and there's also a lot of questions still up in the air about this update. What is Venom going to look like? What is Null going to look like? How is Null going to play? How difficult is this new World Boss Legend mode going to be? Will there be any new resources like Dreamstones or something else for us to collect? And hopefully there will be, but will there be improvements to game mode rewards like ABX and others? So let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. I'll see you tonight on the live stream. Take care.